Hello, I'm Pastor Joe, and this is 2 Minute Tuesdays Together. A couple of weeks ago, I had to go to the eye doctor for my annual checkup. And one of the good things about that is I ended up with new lenses this year. Things were just beginning to get a little bit fuzzy, and so it gave me sold me some new lenses so things are a little bit more clear and a little bit more sharp. I find that in all of life, we can stand to adjust our vision. Many of you, like me, have your phone close at hand most of the time. We get emails, text messages, our calendars is sending us reminders about different things. And we can just get caught up and we can get busy and we can lose track of what's important to us, and we can lose track of those things that we want to do. And I think as Christians, this is true as well, and we need to be really specific and intentional about keeping our eyes on God. So what I want to do today is share with you 3 tips on keeping our vision on God, helping us to continue to experience God and know God in our busy and hectic daily lives. So with that said, let's get 2 minutes on the clock and let's go. One of the first recommendations I have to offer you to help you recognize and see God's presence in your daily life is to create time. And what I mean by that is, with all of the demands on our time and the way our minds work, it may be hard to focus and intentionally focus on God throughout the whole day. But what if we were very intentional on setting aside periodic times, even short amounts of times throughout the day, 5 or 10 minutes at a time in the morning, afternoon, and evening. You might can do more, but the point is, don't try to take more time than you can do right now, but set aside a little bit of time. Focus on God. Don't worry about having that awareness all day, but try to create times when you can pause from life and focus on His presence. The second thing I would encourage you to do is to look for God's goodness. Look for God's presence in all things. We sometimes get caught up in wanting to see God in the big things of life, the big movements of life, but He is involved also in the very minor things and small things. Sometimes we tend to look for God in the complicated activities, but sometimes it's in the simple things. So let's intentionally look for God in all of these things. And the last thing that I would encourage you is to know that He is there. You may or may not recognize His presence. You may or may not feel like He's there. Your feelings and what you think aren't the important thing. What's important is to know and trust He's there. He promises to be with us no matter where we are and no matter what we're facing. So we got to trust that presence and know He's there. So I encourage you, create specific times throughout the day to just focus for a little bit on God. Look for God's presence in all things, and then to know and trust His presence. I hope this will help you to walk with God regularly and daily. Before you leave, do those 3 things I always ask. Hit like, hit share, and subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to seeing you soon.